Hello everybody and welcome to the Blu-Review. Today we are talking about Juno from 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment. I first saw this one in the theater when it was making its Oscar run. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. The characters are all very abrasive, they're not very realistic, it's an overwritten, poorly written script that was thrown together with a lot of pop culture references that are, well, they're kind of ridiculous. And the character that Jennifer Garner played scared the living shit out of me. Because literally, the kid that she adopts at the end of the movie is either going to grow up, she is so overprotective and so overbearing and so, I don't know, just such a bitch, that I feared this kid is either going to grow up to be a serial killer or like someone who is in chronic therapy for the rest of his life, being overtly neurotic and killing people. And I just thought, what the hell? When it won Best Script, I thought, are these people insane? This is a horrible script. You know, any of these other scripts are amazing. You're giving it to this one. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Anyways, having said that, I saw Juno. It was like $20, and I couldn't resist it. I have a soft spot for Best Picture nominees. And I promised I would get all of them on high def, and I still will if I can ever find Michael Clayton for an affordable price. But here it is. It's actually not a bad little movie. I have to say that. Having watched it the second and third time, it's actually not a bad little movie. It does get better the second and third time you watch it when you sort of pass that initial shock of like, wow, this is kind of shitty. It should not have gotten all the praise and adoration that it received, but it's not a bad little movie. And Michael Cera is really cool in it. And I kind of liked her parents. Played by the guy from Spider-Man and the woman from The West Wing, Allison Jennings, who I thought was probably the best character in this entire movie. You can check out Juno. Now, as far as the transfer is concerned, it's sort of middle of the road. I got to be honest with you. It's not going to blow you away, but it's a comedy. There's nothing in it. I mean, Fox could have put this out in a brand new 6K transfer, and you're still not going to get anything different than what's on here. It is what it is. It's a middle of the road, kind of low budget comedy, and it's a decent transfer. But it's certainly nothing mind-boggling that you should all rush out and pick up based on that alone. The soundtrack is alright with its hipster, soundtrack, which went on to be just as successful as the movie. It's one of those soundtracks that reminds me heavily of my friend Shane, who's into all that, Belle and Sebastian, Moldy Peach, crapola. Well, it's not really crapola, but I thought there's a lot of it. There's one particular scene in here in which they, do the Kinks, which is like literally like totally Wes Anderson ripoff. I thought the best part of this movie overall was Jason Reitman's directing. It has a very nice pace. It moves along well. It's a decent movie. Transfer is alright. The audio, it's okay. It's nothing spectacular. The music is really the star. In that respect, because that's the only time when you really sort of get any kind of sound feel, but even that's sort of few and far between. As much of the music in here is sort of, solo acoustic guitar based, sort of anti-folk rock type stuff, but it's decent. And if you like Juno, if you can find it for a relatively cheap price, which is somewhat difficult, you should pick it up, but it's not highly recommended. Alright, peace.